part 2! Welcome back. You're here for the Q&A, right? Because I recently posted part 1 of my Q&A. I will link that down below and in an iCard for you to check out. As I explained in that video, I received a lot of questions and I promised you that I would answer every single one, so I split it into 2 videos so your question would not get lost in a 30-minute long video. And if I had yet to get to your question, then this video is for you. Before we get started, be sure to leave a like because it does help with my video content, as well as subscribing to my channel because we really are like one big family over here with lots of love to go around. And it's never too late to join. All you have to do is hit subscribe. Let's get started with the Q&A part 2. Jan asks, if you could wish for anything right now, what would it be and what's your favorite place to eat? I wish that it was about 30 degrees warmer in Minnesota because I love warm weather and it's freezing right now. And my favorite place to eat are definitely some local Minneapolis pizza shops. Jan knows them pretty well because when she visited me last summer, I dragged her to all of them. We had a great time. And lemonade if I'm on the West Coast, then definitely lemonade. Brittany Lewis asks, are you going back to VidCon with Brittany and do you still want to visit for Disney World? Girl, of course I want to visit for Disney World. I went to VidCon with Brittany Lewis and Jocelyn and Kiara, and I'm going back to VidCon with my girls. I will link Brittany's channel down below. She's such a sweetheart. She's a star. She's everything you could ever dream of and much more. Subscribe to her. She makes wonderful content. And then Jocelyn responded to her question saying, I better be going to VidCon with you two. I swear to God, she is. We're all going back to VidCon. Go to VidCon. Let's all hang out. Brittany also asks, where do you get your motivation for YouTube? I watch Superwoman, aka Lily Singh's daily vlogs. This woman is so motivated. She gets so much done every single day, and yet she seems to do it all flawlessly. So I feel like I get a lot of motivation from other YouTubers watching their content and their struggles and strifes and just watching them overcome and accomplish a lot of things. It inspires me and makes me realize how much I can do with this platform. So that is where I get my motivation for YouTube. And if you haven't noticed, for about 2 months I have been making 2 videos a week consistently. I had no idea at the beginning of my senior year of college that I could keep this going, but I've been able to do it and I'm so proud of myself. So give this video a thumbs up for that. I dropped my phone. Oh, Bailey asks me a handful of questions. Thank you, Bailey. Starting with best memories since turning 22. Let me think for a second. Probably going to California with my YouTube friends, experiencing VidCon for the 2nd year, as well as starting my senior year of college, and hopefully a really great memory, my 22nd year alive, will be going to New York. I just booked my tickets. I will be in New York City in December, and I am so excited. It is a bucket list dream of mine to go to New York City during the holiday season. Bailey also asks, which fictional character do you relate to the most? I feel like I'm a little bit of every single character that I read, and that's what makes reading so passionate to a lot of people because you relate to the characters. But definitely Jeanette Wall's The Glass Castle, just that entire family, as dysfunctional as that sounds, I really related to that memoir and it has made all the difference. What are some things you for sure want to accomplish in your life? I have a huge bucket list right now and I've been able to check off a lot, but I am only 22. I definitely want to have a daughter. Like, number 1, I want to be a mom. I want to travel outside the country and I want to publish a book solely of my stuff. I've been published in various magazines and literary journals, but I just want to be an author of like front to back of something. That would be a dream. Bailey also asks, characteristics you love the most about your significant other. I love this question. And I love you too, Bailey. Definitely his humor, his smile, and the fact that he can make me smile even when I'm either very mad at him or very sad. And he's very adventurous. My boyfriend does not say no often, which is great because number 1 rule of life is to say yes to it, right? Charin V asks, do you play any of the Sims games? Unfortunately, I do not. Am I missing out? Comment down below and let me know. Mariah K asks, if you could sit and have lunch with anyone dead or alive, who would it be? My grandma. I miss her. She also asks, what's your favorite memory of 2017? Definitely traveling to California in March for spring break. It was my first vacation with my boyfriend and I think we just had a great old time. They say that if you can travel with your significant other, then you're good, and that was a big test to our relationship and we passed. And then also going back to California with my girlfriends for VidCon. It puts everything back into perspective for me, and California always makes me feel so happy and free and myself. Mariah also asks, if you could go live in any past decade of American history, what time period would you live in? This is a really great question. I love that you asked it, so thank you so much. Growing up, I was obsessed with the colonial time period because American Girl dolls definitely romanticized it and had all these huge, beautiful dresses and horses and farms. So colonial time periods would be interesting to visit, but to live in, definitely the 90s. I miss it, and I wish I was a little bit older during the 90s because I was still such a young child. I think growing up a millennial, we have so much access within our hands. Like, this is literally the entire world in my palm. home, and it would have been cool to get a hold of someone. You have to find a payphone. There's just a lot of nostalgia for the 90s, and I would like to experience it again. PD Boy TV asks, what's your favorite social media platform that you use? This is a really good question. I use every single platform for various reasons. It's also a great segue to tell you to go follow me. I'll link all my social medias in the description box as always. Besides YouTube, of course, then Instagram is my favorite. I mean, this entire Q&A is from Instagram. Go follow me on Instagram. Monique asks, if you could travel anywhere, where would you go? Somewhere tropical. Favorite concert you've ever been to, and which artist would you want to see in concert? My favorite concert that I've gone to so far in my life was definitely Taylor Swift in Chicago. I went with my best friend after our first year of college, and it was so amazing. It was her 1989 tour. The stage was outside. It was during summer. It was the first concert I was able to drink alcoholic beverages at, and Taylor Swift. I mean, I made a whole video about that concert. I'll link it in the iCard, which I think is up here. And which artist I really want to see in concert? Definitely Ed Sheeran. Monique also asks, what's the #1 thing you learned in 2017 so far? Probably how to balance a relationship, how to function codependently while still being a very independent person. Reagan asks, what fictional character do you relate to the most? And since I sort of answered this already, I'm going to shift the question a little bit and answer with the Disney princesses that I grew up with and why I related to my favorite ones the most. Belle from Beauty and the Beast, Ariel from The Little Mermaid, and Anastasia from Anastasia. A couple years ago, when I was reflecting on why were these princesses my favorite versus Cinderella, I realized that all three of these were very strong, independent female characters. All three of them lacked a motherly figure, and they were smart. I mean, Belle in her books, instead of like marrying Gaston, she's like, get out of here, I want to read. Ariel was obsessed with the human world before she met Eric, so she wasn't chasing a boy. Then Anastasia was just trying to find herself. Those are the fictional characters that I relate to the most in Disney context. Why do I feel like you're not even in focus? Okay. Politics and Reality asks, if you picked a different major, what would it be? I started YouTube my freshman year of college, and throughout these last couple of years, as I've realized how much you can do with this platform, part of me wonders what it would have been like to go into school for business or advertising and marketing, because I'm getting a lot of hands-on experience with that by creating content, but in a classroom environment, I wonder how much I would be able to learn out of that. So if I wasn't an English major, I think I would go into the business school and do something with marketing. Politics and Reality also asks, what is your dream vacation? Tropical, somewhere warm, somewhere with really pretty places to take pictures. And they also ask, if you went to a different college, where would you go? So I applied to 22 schools, and I definitely had top schools, and if I didn't have to worry about financial aid, I would be at LMU right now, I would be at Wagner, I would maybe be at Fordham. I had a lot of great choices, and I was very limited due to financial stress, but I think I would be at one of those schools. Lastly, Official CG6 asks, what do you major in for college or university? In case you did not know, I'm an English major, creative writing minor. Those are all the questions that I received. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you to everyone that left me a question. Like I said, I was genuinely concerned that nobody would ask me anything and I would just be an embarrassment on Instagram. It was the opposite. I was overflooded with questions, and I'm so grateful for that. It really reminds me of how many people are actually seeing my content, and it's mind-blowing because I feel alone sometimes, and this is a reminder that I'm not. I'm gonna start doing Q&As a little bit more so I don't get overflooded with questions like that, and I can try to keep them a little more consistent along with my consistent content. Subscribe to this channel if you're not already subscribed, and also click the bell because this notifies you when I upload a new video, and sometimes YouTube does not tell you when your subscriptions upload a new video, and it's very frustrating. So this way you'll never miss a new upload, and I always shout out the first comment of new uploads on my social media, so be sure that you are following me so you don't miss that. With all that being said, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you very, very soon with another new video. Bye! Outfits for life. Brittany Lewis.